and welcome to week 4 or module 4. This week we're going to be discussing sex trafficking survivors and victims, and we're going to be talking about some of the language that we use around those terms. So do we refer to someone as a survivor or a victim, and some of that. And then the other big thing this week is I have posted your guys' groups that you'll be working in for the semester, for the rest of the semester. Everyone did get their first or second choice. There was a lot of popularity and commonality around some topics, so I did my very best and at least gave everyone their first or their second choice. And then the other thing to note about this module is it's pretty heavy stuff. I mean, it's all heavy, but instead of me creating a lecture video for you guys, I felt it best for you to hear from a variety of survivors and hear their story. And all of them are very different. And so I think you'll get a good glimpse of kind of what this looks like. And, you know, a lot of you had questions about how are people recruited and how do they stay in it and why do they stay in it, and the differences between boy and girl victims. And hopefully all of that will be answered pretty well throughout their videos and testimonials. I did include a little bit about boys. There's honestly not a lot of information out there about boys just yet, but it's coming. So I posted what I could of that. There's 2 really long reports under the reading section. There's an ASU Yes survey and there's a boy survey. You do not have to read every page of those reports. It's just there for you to answer some of the journal questions and pick through in that way. And then I should also say, so back to your group projects for just a second. For this week, you don't need to be doing any sort of specific work on your group projects. All I want you to do this week is touch base with each other. I posted the names. If you're having trouble getting someone's email or contact, just let me know. I'm happy to help out. But just reach out, find a good way for you all to communicate, whether that's exchanging emails or phone numbers or something else. I'll look into using the Canvas group function to see if that maybe helps facilitate communication, but really I just want you guys to connect and kind of get set up. You might want to use a common Google Drive folder for your work later on so that all of you can work together. So that's something to think about. Other than that, the other thing that you're going to be doing in your journal assignment that is not exclusively posted in the learning assignments or the learning materials is evaluating a screening tool. So one of the really big challenges in human trafficking work is obviously identifying people who've been trafficked. And as a part of that, we're trying to improve how we screen people, where we screen people, why we screen people. But it's really difficult because, as you'll probably come to understand, a lot of times traffickers have brainwashed their victims so well that the victim doesn't even know they're a victim, or they won't say yes to certain questions because of fear. And so there's just it's hard. It's really hard to screen people. And one of my grants right now is going to be looking at how to design a screening tool that's effective in the emergency room department setting. And it's been a challenge, to be quite honest. And there's some that exist. And as part of this module, I'm going to have you guys actually take a peek at one that you find on the internet somewhere. They do exist, and kind of evaluate it and say, like, what does this screening tool do well? What doesn't it do well? What does it include? What does it not include? Would it be usable in a certain setting? And to kind of look at that. So that's part of my current work right now with ASU and Dignity Health and the Department of Justice. So we'll see kind of what you guys can discover in and around screening tools too. If you have any questions at all about the module or assignments or anything, as always, please feel free to reach out to me via Remind text service, or shoot me an email on Canvas, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. You guys have been doing a really great job so far with your journal assignments and your discussion boards. I really like to see all of the thought going on and kind of what you guys are learning and going through. So keep up the good work there. Again, this week, all your assignments are to do a journal assignment, kind of like the first one, and then just reach out and touch base with the people in your group. All right, have a good week, everyone. I look forward to reading your journal responses next week.